Hello and welcome to Homemade Takes, brought to you by Breadbasket TV. My name is Steven Barefoot, and this is the first episode of Homemade Takes 2023. We've got some things to talk about, some things more serious than others. Um, I'd like to kick this episode off by, you guys can see I dodged the Mets hat, at least for this episode, due to the recent circumstances of what happened Monday night when the 9-minute mark of the Buffalo Bills Cincinnati Bengals game. Damar Hamlin was in a collision trying to make a tackle on T. Higgins and instantly fell to the ground, stood back up, and dropped. He was believed to go into cardiac arrest and had damage to his lungs. He received multiple minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, I believe, of CPR on the field. It's the scariest thing I've ever seen in sports. It's um it was heartbreaking to watch. My prayers and love go out to Damar Hamlin, the Hamlin family, as well as the Buffalo Bills and their fans. It's the scary side of football that nobody wants to talk about, but it's a dangerous sport. It's what the players sign up to play, and it's what we sign up to watch. What we as fans, I urge you to remember that these players aren't dollar signs on your bets or your fantasy football games or entertainers for you to sit down and party and watch. These are human beings. They're not a circus act. They're humans. And every time they suit up, no matter what the sport, no matter what, they are risking their lives to entertain us, to play the sport that we all love. And it's a terrible thing that happened. It's tough for me to even talk about to get the words out. But I urge all of you to donate to the Damar Hamlin Toy Drive Foundation. Fanatics has announced that all proceeds from Damar Hamlin jersey sales will be donated to his toy drive, which has now received $5.5 million. Um, I hope that anyone capable does donate. I hope anyone capable, and I urge you to show love and support, even if you can't financially. Do it through prayer, do it through love, do it through positivity. It's a serious situation, and the man was in critical condition. He's 24 years old. I'm 24 years old. It's very touching to me. It's very emotional for me and my family to watch something like that happen. It's not something that we usually see in our everyday lives. Someone possibly could have died on the football field. And it's a terrible circumstance. He is doing better. His uncle said he's improved to 50% oxygen needed when he was at 100%. He had a pulse but wasn't breathing on his own, and now he's breathing at 50%. And whenever something like that with the heart, with your lungs, with your breathing, it's terrifying. At such a young age, he was just living out his dream. And listening to the words that Ryan Clark spoke, he's the best there is. He summed everything up. He is class, complete class by Ryan Clark. A lot of others, not so much. And it's sad to see, it's sad to hear, but Ryan Clark is complete class, perfection. I love Ryan Clark. And I'm doing a little giveaway for my listeners, for anyone who shares, likes, comments, and follows on this video. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and donate. Anything over 50 cents will qualify you to win Yankees April 1st tickets against the San Francisco Giants. Pinstripe pass tickets to Yankees versus Giants April 1st, 2023. It should be Carlos Rodon's debut against his former team. And to qualify again, show proof to me through Instagram or Twitter or YouTube that you liked, shared, commented, and donated at least 50 cents to the Damar Hamlin Toy Drive Foundation to qualify for a chance to win Yankees tickets. I'm urging all of you to share and show love and get this out there and do whatever you can to support the Hamlin family. Now, let's get into this episode a little bit. So, the cancellation of the Buffalo Bills Cincinnati Bengals game, I believe, will not be played. I believe that the result of the game will end in a tie, which does some weird things for the playoff implications. In the AFC, going into week 18, the Bills will need a win against the New England Patriots to get the #1 seed. The Chiefs will need a win as well as a Bills loss. And the Bengals will need a win as well as a Bills and Chiefs loss. I the Bengals, if the game is resulted in a tie and it's not made up, the Bengals clinch the AFC North. Across the the AFC South, the Titans and the Jaguars will play in the AFC South title game, week 18. As far as the wild card goes, the Patriots are in with a win as well as a Dolphins, Steelers, and Titans loss. The Dolphins are in with a win as well as a Patriots loss. The Steelers are in with a Dolphins and Patriots loss. And the Jaguars can lose and get in with a Dolphins, Patriots, Steelers loss. I believe the wild card will be the Steelers. I think that they win, and I think the Dolphins and the Patriots lose. I think the Bills. Well, first, I think the Jets are going to come out and play a little bit of revenge ball. It's still a division game. I mean, they have nothing to play for, but I think they come out and that defense, I think, is going to dominate against the Dolphins' third quarterback. Teddy's not going to play. He's got a broken finger in his hand. And Tua's not supposed to play. I think the Jets win. And then as far as the Bills go, I love the Bills to win the Super Bowl. I really do. I think that a lot of other teams, this happening to them would be a distraction, but I think the players on the Bills will use this as motivation. I think it's a mentally strong team with phenomenal leadership. Stefon Diggs has showed that he is a phenomenal leader in the NFL. They've got guys like Josh Allen. They've got Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Stefon Diggs. This team, I think, will come out and play an inspired emotional, motivated brand of football that we may not have seen from them to this point. And I mean, the Bills, I'm a Bills fan. My pick from the preseason has been Bills Eagles. I like the 49ers a little bit more in the NFC now, but the Bills are still my pick to win the whole thing. And I'm loving it more and more. I just I can't see them. I think the game against the Patriots is going to show a lot. Either they're going to come out and play inspired, or you're going to see that they're defeated and distracted. And I think we'll know before the playoffs start what Buffalo Bills team will get. But going on into the NFC, the Packers need to win to get in. Seattle gets in with a win and a Packers loss. They would get in over Detroit. And the Lions will get in if they win and Seattle loses. But that's the only playoff implications in the NFC. I think the Eagles lock up the 1 seed if they win, and the Giants can't move up or down, so I believe they'll probably end up sitting their starters. Jalen Hurts is going to be back, so the Eagles, the line opened up at minus 13.5 for the Eagles, so I think they'll come out and dominate. But in other news, Mike Perry was offered a fight from Jake Paul. Allegedly, he was sent the paperwork and signed the contract, but since Jake Paul has backed out, um, in other mixed martial arts news, Dana White was found himself in some controversy over New Year's Eve. In Mexico, there's a viral video of an altercation between him and his wife. His wife first lays hands on him, and then he retaliates, smacking her in the face twice. I'm not sure what's going to result from that, if there's going to be repercussions or what could happen. They both released statements, and I'm not sure. I think we'll need more details and what the next step could be with that. But Ja Morant is also being sued due to a violent altercation with an underage man or underage boy at a pickup basketball game over the summer in the off season. He's being sued. So in the NBA though, Donovan Mitchell comes out and goes crazy for 71 points in a 21-point comeback, overtime comeback against the Chicago Bulls. I mean, Knicks fans, is Quentin Grimes worth not getting this guy? I don't know. It's definitely a better 70-point game than Devin Booker, but I'm not big on Devin Booker at all. I fucking hate him. But in the WWE Monday Night Raw, Bianca Belair retains the Raw Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss. Bray Wyatt continuing to Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. I guess there were two Uncle Howdy masked men in the front row tormenting Alexa Bliss, as well as the Bray Wyatt glitch shooting across the screen. And that resulted in Alexa Bliss attacking the referee and completely going unhinged, attacking Bianca Belair as well. Austin Theory retains the United States Championship. They weren't going to pull the belt off him that soon. He's got too much potential. They want to build him up a little bit. Think he's the future of Monday Night Raw and WWE. I think he's going to be a huge star. But I think the thing that the bigger story here is what's next for Seth Rollins, because he was just really getting Theory over. Seth Rollins, I believe, is going to win the Royal Rumble. I think he'll be a mid entry, 15 to 20, And then I think Cody Rhodes will be a surprise return at number 30. I think Seth Rollins eliminates Cody Rhodes and wins the Rumble. And I know then what do you do for Cody at WrestleMania? I think you figure that out. As I mean, there's time from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania to figure that out. I think Cody Rhodes. I mean, this kind of leads into the next question: will Roman Reigns be stripped of the WWE Championship due to the attacks on Monday Night Raw? It's believed that he may be stripped of the WWE Championship as well as the Usos stripped of the Raw Tag Team titles because of these attacks. This may be the reasoning for it. I mean, I'm only speculating. That's what Twitter's been saying, but it makes sense. I mean, they need to get these titles off of the Usos and Reigns, and they need because I mean the United States Championship. It's been cool. You're kind of giving it some relevancy back, but they need a WWE Championship. They need tag titles on Raw because it's gotten stagnant. I mean, the only other option to get the to split the titles from Roman Reigns is to have him fight twice, fight at each night on WrestleMania. But once against The Rock, once against Cody, something I've heard, but we'll see what happens with that. Are we going to see the Usos versus Drew McIntyre and Sheamus at the Royal Rumble? It seems like that's what they're building to, but I can't wait to see the Usos versus KO and Sammy. I can't wait for Sami Zayn to turn his back on the bloodline. I cannot wait. I I mean, they're milking it for everything it is, and it's been great storytelling. It's been everything that we wanted it to be, but I can't wait for him to stab him in the fucking back a little bit. In baseball news, Ryan O'Hearn gets traded for cash considerations to the Baltimore Orioles from the Kansas City Royals. Dom Smith signs with the Washington Nationals for $2 million. Rafael Devers signs $17.5 million for 2023 to avoid arbitration, and it seems he's in discussions with the Boston Red Sox for a long-term deal. They're at least, I mean, that's all you can really assume based on the agreement today is that they're in discussions. At least, I mean, we'll see what happens. I really hope he leaves the AL East, but and then the LA Times stated that some Dodgers players want Trevor Bauer back. They have until Friday to make a decision on Bauer, and I'm assuming we'll get something in the next couple days. Once that comes out, we'll touch on it again. Munetaka Murakami, one of the hugest Japanese baseball stars, had an interview today discussing what he wants to do when he comes to the MLB. And he stated, ideally, I'd like to play for a West Coast team, but I'm also interested in the New York Yankees. Murakami wears number 55 for Hideki Matsui, and he is not set to be posted for 3 years until after the 2025 season. In 2022, Murakami hit 56 home runs, drove in 134 RBIs with an OPS of 1.168. So the kid's a stud, big bat. I'd love to see him in the Bronx, but that's Murakami. Brian Sabian has been announced as executive advisor to Brian Cashman. That should not have been that difficult to say. Sabian began his involvement in Major League Baseball as a scout for the Yankees in 1985. He was promoted to director of scouting in 1986 and vice president of player development and scouting in 1990. He was one of those responsible for the core four. And as GM of the Giants, they won 3 World Series and 4 pennants. So that's a big pickup for the Yankees in the front office. We'll see what that changes on the field. But it also came out about a week ago that the Yankees may look to stay in-house at left field. That means Aaron Hicks, Everson Pereira, Estevan Florial, and Oswaldo Cabrera. I'm not really loving that too much. Kick the tires on Aaron Hicks a little bit. I mean, if he doesn't give, I mean, he can't plummet his trade stock more than it already is. But we'll see what happens. The only thing that Aaron Hicks is a switch hitter. At least you get a lefty bat out of him. And I mean, even when he slumped previously, he still gave you an above average glove in the outfield. Last year, he struggled on all aspects. I think we'll see a better Aaron Hicks. It can't get much worse than it was last year. But the thing that's standing out to me about this Yankee team is that outside of the starting rotation, they are lacking left-handers. They have one lefty bat in the lineup, and that's Anthony Rizzo. They have Aaron Hicks as a switch hitter, Oswaldo Cabrera as a switch hitter, and then pretty much everyone else is a righty. Everson Pereira is a righty, and I mean, you have a short porch in right field. You have Anthony Rizzo, Aaron Hicks, Oswaldo Cabrera, and then you have Wandy Peralta is your only lefty in the pen. They got some lefties that can get guys out. They got Tommy Kahnle back, and they got Ron Marinaccio. But don't you want to play to your strengths a little bit? Shouldn't this team be constructed more left-hand dominant with the short porch in right field? I'm not sure. I mean, I only got a podcast. But, I mean, you could get pretty far with reasoning and common sense. Kepler doesn't seem worth it in a trade. Maybe if Aaron Hicks really stinks it up and Kepler has a good first half, you could revisit at the All-Star break. Right now, Jurickson Profar would be the best best case scenario out of house left fielder, I believe. He's a switch hitter. He's a plus defender, and he's got some speed and some pop. I think the the thing with him is that he's a free agent, so you just got to pay him. You don't got to give anything up to get him. I'd like to see him in pinstripes. I really would. And part of me is saying that because Brian Reynolds, the more this drags on, is seeming more and more and more unlikely to the Yankees. So I might be wearing that Mets hat a lot more. But I think it's just that they don't want to give up prospects. And the expectations for Jason Dominguez, Anthony Volpe, and Oswald Peraza are skyrocketing. So how many guys have they said no to because of the prospects? I mean, I get it. I love Volpe. I love Dominguez. I'm big on Peraza too, but you're not going to hit on all three of them. You're not. I don't think. We'll see what happens with that. But if you're interested in coming to Yankee Stadium on April 1st, again, I've got a giveaway for one pinstripe pass ticket when the Yankees face off with the San Francisco Giants. And the way to qualify for this giveaway is to like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow. And as well as donate to the Damar Hamlin Toy Drive Foundation. Anything over 50 cents will qualify you. Send me screenshots of these actions, and it will put you in the running for one pinstripe pass ticket April 1st at Yankee Stadium. Yankees Giants should be Carlos Rodon's debut as a Yankee against his former team. But that's going to be it. Kicking off 2023. Thank you guys for watching again. And I believe next week, I mean, if big news happens, I'll hop back on. But next week, after the college football championship, I'm going to hop back in with Sam Ohaj. We had to postpone that episode a little bit, but we'll be bringing that to you at the beginning of next week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. But thank you guys for watching.